Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by the head football coach at Spring Lake. That is Cody Mallory. How are you?
I'm doing good, Casey. Thanks for having me. We got practice starting tomorrow, so things are starting to ratchet up.
Yep, all fall sports in the state of Michigan will start practice tomorrow, and some are even starting at midnight.
Right.
So that will be fun. Let's talk just kind of for people that may not know, recap 2023 and talk about how the summer went.
Yeah, 2023 was we had a pretty good year. We ended up 7-3. Um, Started the year really strong and got tripped up a couple times later in the year and lost a heartbreaker in overtime in the first round of the playoffs. But it really, we've got a lot of guys coming back and a lot of good leadership coming back as well. And so made for a pretty productive off season and just really excited to get back out there with the guys and see what we're able to accomplish.
Okay. Now it's time to talk about all the kids, all the returners, and all the players to watch for your team. Let's start with the offense, and then we'll go to the defense.
Yeah, so the big returners for us on offense are going to be our three senior offensive linemen: Carson Hine at center, Ethan Listman at tackle, and then Tag Kelly at the other tackle. And then Carson's a 3-year starter for us, just committed to play at Grand Valley. And then our quarterback, who's a really special player, is also a 3-year starter, Reed Grimmer. He's a senior. Those four guys are really going to be the core of what we've got going on offensively. We graduated some really dynamic players in the backfield last year that carried the bulk of the load, and which would seem like a negative, but what's really nice is we're going to be very deep at those positions. We're going to be rotating probably 6 to 7 guys at our A-back position, which is our slot position. They've got to be good blockers and runners and receivers. They're kind of a utility knife. And then we'll be rotating a couple guys at B-back as well. And so I'm really excited to see who steps up from those positions. We also graduated some really good receivers. So there's going to be some battling there for those spots. But those core four with the offensive line and then some of the newcomers on the offensive line and Reed, obviously, has me pretty excited about offense.
Okay, now let's go to the defense.
Yeah, so defensively, we are returning quite a few guys. Both we got Owen and Oliver Smees, who got some time on the varsity as freshmen, started all year last year as sophomores, and they'll be back at both of them playing inside linebacker for us, bringing back some good experience on the defensive line as well. A lot of those same guys that are playing O-line. And then in the defensive backfield, really excited about Alex Backa, who's been this will be his 3rd year starting for us back there. Really, really good player and really smart player. And then, again, graduating some other guys at spots and moving some people around. So we've got a lot of question marks. One of the names that'll probably pop up for us on both sides of the ball will be Landon O'Donnell. He's going to be a junior. He's our backup quarterback, but he's also a pretty good receiver. Probably see him at outside linebacker. Chase Seagar is another guy that's a senior that'll be at cornerback for us that played a huge role for us in special teams last year and also did a fantastic job in the weight room. And so just really excited about we're in a position where we got a lot of guys that maybe didn't start for us last year. But like I've got a ton of confidence in them because they've devoted themselves in the off season and are really good students of the game. So it's hard saying, outside of those guys I listed specifically, which ones are going to show themselves. But the good thing is that we're deep at all those spots. So somebody's going to rise to the top.
Absolutely. Okay. So let's go to special teams.
Yeah. We've got a pretty good kicker in Logan Stray. He's a junior. He came to it last year was his first year playing football, coming from soccer. Initially intended just to be a kicker, but turned out to be a pretty good defensive player for us and also a pretty good receiver on the JV team. He's been going to all the kicking camps this summer and is really starting to make a name for himself there and really takes pride in the craft and really excited to have some consistency there at kicker, and it's often overlooked, but the ability to pin people deep on kickoff is huge for your defense and can really decrease percentage of scoring for the offense.
Okay. All right. Well, now we've talked about all the kids. Now let's talk about the schedule. And I don't know if you know this, but the schedule looks a little different. But of course, you go from the blue division this year to the white division. I'm correct on that, I think.
Yeah, it's we got one, everybody else in our schools in the black, we're in the white. It's hard to keep it all
Yeah.
straight, but
Of course, we're talking about the. I know the OK conference has gone through a kind of a realignment when, of course, those 7 teams left for the to form the River Cities Alliance. So, of course, all the OK teams moved around. There's separate divisions for other sports, and then there are football only divisions. So I'll just run through the schedule really quick. Of course, August 29th, home against Fruitport to kick off the season. September 6th at Belding. September 13th at Muskegon Reeths Puffer. September 20th at West Catholic. September 27th at Wayland. October 4th, home against Ada Forest Hills Eastern. October 11th at Hamilton. October 18th, home against Grand Rapids Christian. And finishing out the regular season, October 25th, home against Allendale. So, pretty good schedule. It's you just kind of really go through what this division is going to be like. And are there some new teams that you haven't seen yet?
yeah, there's a handful. Week one is a big one for us. That's Battle of the Bayou, a big rivalry game. Previously that'd been an in-conference game, but with the realignment, Fruitport's no longer in our league, so that's going to be a pretty big game to open the season up. Played Belding last year. They're really well coached. I know Coach Price really well, and I think he's got a pretty good squad this year. Their JVs were big and dominant. Reese Puffer, Cody up there is a really good coach. They're 2 divisions bigger than us, so that's going to be a game that we're going to have to get up for. And then we get into our conference, where there's really no game where you can take it easy. And I think that's really what you could say about our whole schedule this year is there's not a game where you look at it and say, hey, we're going to get up early and be able to get some guys in. We're playing against really well coached teams with very good players, and so it's going to be important that we're at the top of our game every week, and we're able to reset and refocus. Coming into that Monday of the game week. New teams for us within the league are Wayland, Grand Rapids Christian, and Forest Hills Eastern. The other teams in our league, we've been with them before, and so there's some familiarity. But with high school football, there's so much changes year to year that whether or not you've seen a team before, you never know what you're going to get.
All right. So let's go through these 2 weeks. There's only 19 more days as of time of recording, which today is August 11th, and until that first game on the 29th. So just what are the next few weeks going to be like? Plus, you also have a scrimmage on the 22nd.
Yeah, it's we hit the ground running, and so it's all about balance, like making sure that we're getting in what we need to get in, and not putting our kids in a position where they hit week one, in an exhausted state. And so you just got to keep a fine edge on it. We're gonna start like we've been installing over the course of the summer, but we reset it now and just kind of go from the beginning and just build small layers each day and try to get ourselves into a spot where we're able to execute the bulk of what we do. Week one, and the scrimmage up at Cedar Springs is going to be a good one, and it'll be a good opportunity for us to see where we're at and adjust anything that needs to be adjusted.
Okay. All right. Well, Cody, thank you so much for the time as always, and best of luck to you guys as we kick off the season.
Thanks a lot, Casey. Appreciate it.